Hi everybody, it's Brian here. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. So recently I had the opportunity of having a really in-depth and fascinating conversation with a new follower to my channel who happens to be a wonderful artist in her own right. And it was a really eye-opening, wonderful conversation. And one of the things that basically was of great concern to her was the fact that, well, she started off with a print-on-demand shop and for all intents and purposes was really happy to do it, but the problem is, as is the case with many of us, is that nobody was really finding her designs. Nobody was really visiting her shop. And she felt, and I think there's a lot of you who probably feel the same way, that particularly those of you who are artists in their own right in terms of, creating artwork on canvas pieces and trying to sell the digital versions of them and whatnot, it's not that easy for you to actually make a sale, and even more importantly, for people to find your shop and obviously be encouraged to, browse through your catalog and make a purchase. So I gave it some thought and I was trying to figure out what I could do to try to help this particular segment of my subscribership in terms of trying to help them get their designs found, to get their shops found. And this is effectively, a concept that anybody who has a print-on-demand shop could in fact put into practice in order to try and get people to know about their particular website. So I think it's a really informative episode. I think you're going to get a lot of value out of it. So with that said, stay tuned. Now, before we start with today's episode, the fact that you're here means that you are interested in all things pertaining to print on demand. And for that, I want to thank you wholeheartedly for taking time out of your day to sit down and watch this episode. If you're a returning subscriber, hey, thanks a lot for sticking around. I really appreciate you. If you're new to this channel, welcome. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn that bell notification icon so that you'll be informed each and every time that I upload a new video to my channel. I upload a video every Wednesday and Saturday, and the scope of this channel is to help you take your print-on-demand business to a new level and hopefully to reach more success. So with that said, let's get on with today's episode. So what is the way that you could go about trying to increase people's awareness, customers' awareness of your particular print-on-demand shop? And those of you who have been following my channel know that I'm a big proponent for the Pinterest platform. Yes, Pinterest is a wonderful platform that you as a print-on-demand seller should definitely consider taking an account on if you don't already have and utilizing it in order to get your products known to people out there. With over 400 million monthly users on Pinterest globally, you're leaving money on the table if you are not on this particular platform. Now, the one thing that I definitely want to encourage you not to go ahead and do with Pinterest is go for the jugular with a very salesy type pitch of buy me, buy this, buy that, buy this, buy that. As I've stated in previous episodes, people who are online, who are browsing platforms like Pinterest, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, they're effectively getting really, really numb to the whole concept of seeing these posts where, sellers are trying to say, buy this, ponder wares. Instead, what we want to do is we want to try to make people aware of our shops, of our products, without really going in for the kill, going in for the sale. And Pinterest recently came out with idea pins, which is basically a compilation of photos, videos put together in a short presentation, which is just basically to get people aware of what it is that you are trying to sell without being salesy in the process. They're trying to compete against Instagram Reels and TikTok videos and whatnot, and I think it's a really great tool to utilize, to get into and take advantage of, because of the fact that Pinterest is really giving a lot of weight on idea pins and is really increasing the amount of impressions that idea pins get as opposed to, the different static pins and the carousel type pins and whatnot that you could also put up on Pinterest as well. So today I'm going to show you how I created a fictitious story pin just to get the point across to you, to show you how easy it is to put together and in truth, how effective it can really be. So with that said, now let's hop on over to my computer so that I can show you how it's done. Hi, welcome to my computer screen, and let's get started with creating today's idea pin. So the first thing that I want to state is that I am no artist by any stretch of the imagination. I couldn't hold a paintbrush and put some paint to canvas if my life depended on it. So in order to get the point across today, I decided I was going to use the following website that you see on the screen here, Pixabay. And basically what I did was I typed in the word abstract and I changed the selection from any of these to images, and I clicked search, and as a result I was presented with all of these abstract type images for me to consider. So I thought to myself, I would try to choose a few that sort of give a springtime feel, given the fact that for many of us in the northern hemisphere, spring is just around the corner this coming March, and we want to start promoting things, getting the concept of springtime into the mindset of our customers. I thought, let's create an idea pin pertaining to spring that would actually showcase my fictitious art pieces that I put up for sale on my shop in digital format. Okay, so what I did was I went through them and I already went ahead and downloaded a few of them. Okay, so after browsing through Pixabay, I've decided to download the following abstract designs here. So as you can see, we have this one, oh, this one, and this one. I downloaded these for basically just to use as an example for today's video. So the next thing that I needed to do was to create mock-ups with these designs to use in my idea pin. So in order to do that, what we need to do is we need to hop over to Placeit. As you can see here on the screen, I already found a mock-up of a comforter. So for those of you who don't know, Placeit is a wonderful platform to use for creating designs for your print-on-demand shops. And in addition, you can also create mock-ups to use for your social media marketing or marketing in whatever ways or form you wish to use. So what I did was I decided that I was going to create a mock-up with a comforter, a tote bag, a mobile phone, and a poster board. So I was thinking, okay, with respect to platforms like Redbubble, what items on the Redbubble platform would effectively, be utilized in a home or office environment to give a springtime feel. Okay, and here we have a mock-up of a comforter, and basically I've already done it, but I'm going to show you very quickly how I went about creating it, just in case you've never used Placeit and you wanted to see it. So effectively what you're going to do is you're going to insert your image in this area over here. You can add text if you want to, and you can also change the colors of the pillows, so the left and the right pillow. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the thumbnail of the image that I want to embed on this duvet cover in the mockup, and I have it on my Windows Explorer just off camera here on another monitor. I'm just going to click the thumbnail. I'm going to drag it over, and I'm going to let it go where it says drop file here. And then Placeit is going to present me with this editing box where I can resize, where I can shrink it, I can enlarge the design, but I've already configured this particular design to fit within the parameters that Placeit requires, 1000 pixels by 1000 pixels. So I'm really happy with the way it's looking. So I'm just going to click on crop. Wait a few moments for Placeit to obviously upload it, and there you go. I've got the design on this comforter. Okay, now again, if you wanted to change the pillow colors, all you have to do is just click on the drop down arrow. You could choose any of the colors that you want. If the colors that are presented do not fit the style that you need in terms of color temperature, what have you, all you have to do is just click on more. You're given the color picker, and you can either choose a color, from the palette over here, or if you know the hexadecimal code, you could just click it over there and type it in over there accordingly. And when you're happy with it, you just click outside, and obviously Placeit will change the color according to the color selection that you've chosen. Now, once you're happy, all you have to do is click download, and then Placeit will download it into a folder on your computer, and then you can use it for your social media marketing however you see fit. So I've already created and downloaded the mockups, and what I also did was I created a script in terms of what text I want to have appear on the video pins. So now that we have our mockups, let's take a look and see what it entails to actually create a video pin. So we're going to go onto Pinterest, okay? And then in Pinterest, you want to go on to create, and you're going to choose create an idea pin. Now, when you're in the idea pin creations area, all right, you're going to click on create new. And then the first thing that you want to do is you want to drag and drop or click to upload images and videos. Now, before we do that, let me show you the sequence of the mockups and the photos that I downloaded in order to help me create this idea pin. So basically what I did, given the fact that we are keeping a spring theme for this idea pin, I went on to Pexels, which is pexels.com, and again, that's another website where you can download videos and photos that are commercially free. I will leave the link both to Pixabay and to Pexels in the description field below. And I found this picture over here of a lovely bunch of tulips, and I chose this because there's this lovely blank white space at the top where I can actually embed some text. This is going to be the title page to my idea pin. It's effectively going to be the first slide that people are going to see when they are scrolling through their Pinterest feed. Now, after that, I found another photo of the interior of a home. Again, we were trying to shoot for a springtime feel. Whether or not this is a springtime feel, I felt that it sort of presented a nice open plan that we want to try and enhance the whole theme of our idea pin. And then we're going to go into the mock-ups that we created. So one of the designs of this springtime house, I embedded it on a phone case. Then we went into another one where we created some poster prints. And then we have a throw pillow. We have the comforter, a tote bag. And then I found this lovely photo of this little girl with bunny ears with a nice yellow background. It gave me sort of like an Easter springtime feel. I'm going to embed some text over there too as well. And this is going to be the final slide in the idea pin where we are going to tell people what to do. We're going to give them a call to action. Because remember, in an idea pin, you cannot put any clickable links for the moment. So what we want to do is we want to try and give them something in the story pin itself in text form to give them that call to action. And I'll show you a little bit more what I mean when we actually put these slides together. Okay, so now that we have all those, what we want to do is we want to go back to Pinterest. So here we are now in the Idea Pin Creations Center, where we're just going to click Create New. And then what we can do is we can drag and drop or click to upload images and videos. So I have all of the slides already highlighted just off camera. I'm going to click and I'm going to drag all of them. And we're going to allow Pinterest to upload them accordingly. Now, here we have all 9 pages, one right after each other, according to how we obviously named them. So the first thing that we're going to do is on this page here, which is effectively our title page, we are going to create a title for this. And I already went ahead and typed out all of the text on a Word document. I'm going to click on here. I'm going to choose Control V to paste it. Now, how to get your home ready for spring. Clearly, having the font in white color is not going to help us. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on the drop down arrow and we're going to choose a color which is as close to a dominant color, a dark color in the photo of the tulips. So we'll choose this one here. And as you can see now, it's changed the color of the font. And we're going to click and we're going to drag it up here so that it's over the white so that it stands out nicely. So here we are now on the second page. And what we want to do is we want to add your text again. So click on text, add text. And again, I already have the sentence typed out, so I'm just going to copy it here. We're going to click on it, double click, and then we're going to choose paste. No, I'm going to get rid of that number there. Okay, and now we're going to click out and then click back in so that we can move it around. And we'll bring it to the top. Don't worry the fact that it's going over those words browse and watch. Okay, so you won't see that when you're actually seeing the idea pin. Now let's change the color of the font so that's something a little bit brighter. Let's see, we'll go with this yellow. Okay, and that works too as well. I'm going to keep that. And then we'll go into the third slide, and then we're going to choose again on text, add text, double click on it, paste. Okay, this moves a lot faster when you already have your script already planned out on a Word document. Okay, now we're going to click out, click back in, and we're going to drag it down to the bottom. And it's good that you don't put all of your scripts on the same area of the idea pin, so that people will actually, when they're looking at the story pins, they're going to have to move their eyes around, in addition not only to looking at, you know, the various pictures that you've chosen, but also to find the text and keep them active and keep them engaged in the story pin, or rather in the idea pin. So what we're going to do is we're going to decrease the size of that one just a little bit, okay, and then we'll go on to page 4. Now in page 4 here, we're going to start actually introducing certain products that they could consider in their mindset. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to click on text, add text. We're going to copy our text here. We're going to click, and then we'll paste. So here we said a wall poster here. Again, now we're going to choose a darker color here, and we'll bring that down to the bottom and see how that works. And we'll stretch it out a little bit and increase the size. So you're just going to be playing around with this. You're going to give a lot of visual appeal to the potential customer as they are looking at your idea pin. And given the fact that a wall poster is something that an artist would love to see his or her art on, or even in terms of a canvas print or whatnot, we want to make this nice and bold. We want to bring this around and move it around so that it will give a lot of appeal and will stand out nicely. That one I'm not too happy with, so let's go back to the yellow and see how that looks. Not too happy about that. How about blue or this purple? Let's go up over here and we'll bring it up a little bit. Okay, so wall poster here. And now we'll choose the next slide. I think you know where we're going with this one. So we're going to click add text. And if you don't want to copy and paste, you can just click on it and then just type in as well some throw pillows there. Okay, and what we'll do is we'll go back to the yellow and we'll click out and then bring this down over here. Okay, some throw, or rather instead of some throw, we'll say a throw pillow there. Okay, so now we are on page 6 of our idea pin. Add some text. Okay, have fun transforming the decor of your home. So we'll choose that purple again and we'll shrink it down a little bit. There we go, to bring it up to the top. To center it. Okay, now we have page 7. We're going to add some text. Paste. Get rid of that, and then click, and then move it out, and we'll put that up over here. Not really, don't like that. Bring it down here. We're gonna have to get rid of the extra spaces. Okay, and we'll shrink down the size. So you can see it's all about playing around with the sizes and the fonts and the positioning, so that you're actually keeping your customers, potential customers, engaged. Okay, we'll get rid of that space there. Okay, now we're getting close to the end, and this is where we want to try to bring a little bit of an emotional resonance to the idea pin. But it would be interesting to include the following: some text, add text, click, click, paste, and again what we'll do is we'll click outside, bring it down, and say for you and the important ones in your life. And then we're going to move to the final slide, where this is where we're going to put in a call to action to let people know a little bit about you, about your shop. And what you're going to do here is you're going to create, add some text over here, add text. And over here, you can put your name, the name of you as an artist with your surname. Maybe obviously you can give them the name of your Redbubble shop. You can tell them, find me on Redbubble, search for this particular shop. Remember, if you are putting your shop name in your keyword tags, the moment that a customer visits Redbubble and types in your shop name, any of your designs that have your shop name as a keyword is going to appear for them in the search listing. So it's definitely in your favor to make sure that your shop name is always one of the tags that you put in your design listing. Okay, so you're going to click, just paste in the name of the artist, okay, and your print on demand shop, and obviously you're going to decrease the size of it so that it will fit accordingly. And you're going to play around with it too as well. So You can just click that up and bring that up over there. So if it was me and I was the artist, which I am not, I would type in Brian Abella, or you could type in something along the line of artist Brian Abella, and then you can just Crazy Artwork Studios, and we can go back to Redbubble shop. Crazy Artwork Studios, and then we can just resize accordingly and move it wherever we want. So you basically want to move it around and play around with it and really put in whatever text that you want to, or whatever message you want to send to the potential customer for them to do after viewing your idea pin. And then once you're finished with that and you're happy with all of the slides, you can preview it by clicking on preview over here. And we'll go back straight to the first one. Okay, so that you can see what it's going to look like. Oh, okay, so how to get your home ready for spring. Obviously, you've got your slides that we created. We're not going to read through all of them so that it won't take too long. But as you can see, these are all of the slides that are going to appear in the idea pin up until the point where you get to your call to action. Okay, and hopefully in them seeing your slides, seeing some of your artwork already, informally embedded in the mockup, and if they're really interested in the work that you have to offer, then they're obviously going to follow your call to action and either A, visit your particular print-on-demand shop and search for you, be it Redbubble, TeePublic, Zazzle, or what have you. Okay, or the next thing that you can do is you can actually put in your link in the comment box that goes along with the idea pin, and I'll show you that in a section. So after you're happy with the preview, you're going to click on next. And then over here, what you're going to do is you're going to add the basics. So basically you have the title of the idea pin, which because of the fact that we created a text for the first slide or the first page of the pin, Pinterest already went ahead and embedded it into it. You can just fix it up accordingly. How to get your home ready for spring. Happy with that. We can keep that. Then you're going to choose what board you want this idea pin to appear in. Then another important thing you don't want to miss out on is the tags. Okay, just like with all the other print-on-demand platforms, you can also tag your idea pins accordingly on Pinterest too as well. And you're allowed up to 10 tags per idea pin. So if you're an artist, you might want to put, I don't know, let's see if we type artist, and then Pinterest gives you a number of tags that you could choose. Let's say, for example, you're a contemporary artist. So you're going to click on that, all right? And then Pinterest is going to populate any old tags that you select through, so you can come up with interesting keywords, type them in, see if it's a tag that's found on Pinterest, something related to your work, and you could go up to and including 10 different tags. I would recommend trying to fill in all 10 tags. It just gives your idea pin that much more traction in terms of being seen and being found. And then when you're happy with it, you can actually even allow people to comment, so that if somebody wants to send you a comment or maybe a question, that's another way for them to keep in touch with you, to get in touch with you, and then you can direct them accordingly. Once you've done all of that, you're going to click on publish. And then obviously Pinterest is going to publish it to the board that you want to select it to. Now I haven't chosen a board. I'm not going to click on publish there because I don't want it to come onto my board. But I think you've got the gist of how to go about creating this idea pin. Now let me show you why I believe that idea pins are a brilliant way for you to market your print-on-demand products. Whether you are a graphic designer, or whether you are an artist with canvas and paints and what have you, and you're just trying to, get your artwork sold on digital products through Redbubble, TeePublic, Zazzle, what have you, let me show you why I'm really happy with idea pins. So I'm just going to go to my Pinterest. Okay, so here we are on Pinterest, and I'm just going to move myself out of the way up over here for a bit. Now, these are the idea pins that I created over the course of this week. Okay, and they're for various topics pertaining to designs that I've created. Now, I just want to show you the number of impressions that they're already getting. Okay, this one over here, to all moms everywhere who feel like this, I basically uploaded it about an hour before creating this particular episode. And it's already at 303 impressions. I already had 6 people who had clicked on it. Okay, and in clicking on it, it took them through a story. I used a little bit of videos. Here, let me show it to you. Okay, so to all moms everywhere who feel like this, Okay, it's nasty out there in the northern hemisphere. It's quite cold. There's a lot of places in the United States and Canada where it's really snowing hard. Then the next video shows kids playing around with feathers and making a mess. So it's hectic in here. Okay, but hang in there. Okay, I'm just going to click through it. We just checked. It's being predicted that the evening forecast, soaking with a good chance of wine. So it's a design, and many of you probably will remember, available on a number of products for every mom out there who needs a little me time. Link is in the comment box. And this is what I was talking about earlier about putting in your link in the comment box. If you see over here, you can actually, as you create your idea pin and you actually click to publish, you'll be able to see the story pin. And what you want to do is in the comment box below, you want to create the first comment. And your first comment should be, for example, here's the link, and copy the link to that design on your respective print-on-demand shop, be it Redbubble, TeePublic, or what have you, and then paste it over here. So that when people are visiting the story pin and they're looking at the comments, they'll see this comment from you, and if they're really interested, all they have to do is just copy the link, paste it in a new browser, and they can visit your shop instantaneously and take a look at all of the products you have activated for that particular design. So as you can see here, there's a lot of potential with respect to idea pins. There's a great opportunity for getting a lot of impressions, for getting your designs up in front of the eyes of hundreds of potential customers out there. I have a feeling that tomorrow when I go and check those numbers for my particular idea pins, they're going to be a lot higher than what they are today, and it's going to continue to grow and develop, and the numbers are going to get larger and larger as the lifespan of that particular idea pin begins to mature on the Pinterest platform. So there you have it, everybody. As you can see, it's really not that difficult to put together an idea pin. And as you can see from a few examples of recent idea pins that I put up on my own account, I mean, the amount of impressions that I got within 5 minutes, 20 minutes, and an hour far outweighed any of the, impressions that my static pins got, which goes to show you how important it is that you start using, these idea pins, how much weight Pinterest is actually putting into, getting these out to try and entertain or to try and educate people through these idea pins. And then in turn, if people are interested in what you're presenting, there is the opportunity for them to actually visit your Pinterest account to see what boards you have on your Pinterest account and hopefully click on them and start taking a look at what it is that you have to offer and click on any of the other links that you might have on your Pinterest board so that they can come over to your respective print-on-demand shop and make the purchase. So if you liked today's video and really found value in it, I would really love it if you could hit that like button and share it with somebody else who you know might get value out of it. It really does wonders for the YouTube algorithm. But for today, that's all I've got. And as always, be safe, be well, be creative. Bye for now.